Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I don't give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing about time. Doing about time. Got myself a problem.
from San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What in the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Sports World Radio. Now, all you guys are saying to yourself, why is he so enthusiastic? And because I'm in a good mood. I don't know why I'm in a good mood, but we got a jam-packed show like we do each and every day here on Sports World Radio. We're going to have a lot of fun. Lot of stuff to get to. We don't have to worry about baseball too much because they canceled the game for tonight, so we can concentrate more on football. Yippee. Yippee yahoo-wee. All right, so SportsWorldRadio.com is the place to listen to us crazy bastards here on Sports World Radio. Want to get in touch with the show? Give us a call at 619-663-3715. 619-663-3715 is the number to get in touch with the show. Hey, you want to come over and chat with us in our chat room? Head on over to Spreaker. That's Spreaker.com. Spreaker.com. That's where our chat room is. If you don't have an account with them, guess what? It's free. Get yourself a free account at Spreaker.com. When you do, type in Sports World Radio. When you do that, you'll see the show. Type in, just click the live button. Press the play on the bottom of your screen. The player will come up. Click the heart. The tab next to the heart is the bubble. Click the bubble. Start chatting away with us here in the chat room. Those guys are going nuts in the chat room. I got about 9 chats I got to go and look at before I even get going with this show because I got my encoder in front of me, so I can't see the chat room yet. So those guys are having a ball in the chat room right now. Hey, head on over to Facebook and like our Facebook page at facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. And while you're doing that, you might as well follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio as well. Now, with all that crap out of the way, what do you say? Hey, we bring in the co-host of Sports World Radio, Sean Mann, the update man himself. What's going on, buddy?
I'm doing good, Jeff. Welcome, everybody, to Sports World Radio on this 13th of October, 2014. 6:07 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:07 p.m. on the West. You live in the Central? Yes, figure it out for yourself. Weather right now is sunshiny, probably like in the 60s. It's nice and cool out. And there's a message and a shout-out from a Cowboy fan to you. How about them Cowboys?
Shut up. We haven't even started, man. You want to know something? During the game last night, I had to turn my Facebook off. I turned my Facebook off because I didn't want to deal with none of you morons. Joining us, like he does each and every Monday in the first hour of our show, oh my God, is the Cowboy fan of the show, which I'm ready to just kill, our good friend Nicholas Turturro, otherwise known as Nicholas Spiva. What's up, buddy?
Not much, guys. What's going on? What a great Sunday it was.
Yeah, shut up, you.
Man, what a great game. You know what's even better? That the Giants lost, Cowboys won. If the Eagles and Giants could have somehow tied, that would have been even better. If nobody could have won, maybe the whole ground just kind of swallow up and just swallow both teams. That would have been even better.
You know something? Okay, you want to know something? I got the first game was the Green Bay-Miami game. I wasn't too thrilled with that. Okay. The second games, I got the freaking Dallas game on one channel, and I got the Charger game on the other channel.
You were probably in mourning.
Nicholas?
Both of those games.
Nicholas? Holy Sean. Nicholas, Sean, holy freaking cow. Plus, you guys, I was on a Skype call with my friend Arlene who lives in New York, who I'm going to be staying with for the week I'm going to New York. And she's a Miami Dolphins fan. I don't know how that freaking happened. But we were, and I was telling her what was going on in the Dallas game because her daughter's a Dallas fan, and she was texting her daughter what I was telling her. And we were talking football. So I have the remote control in my hand the whole time. Okay? When a play is over in the Charger game, I press one button, I go to the Dallas game. That play is over, boom. I was going back and forth. The second half was a killer for me yesterday in both games. Are you kidding me? It was freaking nuts in the studio. And I'm yelling at the TV. I'm yelling at both games. Arlene's freaking out. She goes, which game are you yelling at now? I'm yelling at the Dallas game. I'm yelling at the freaking I'm saying, what the hell's going on here? Dallas is going to win. Chargers are going to lose to a freaking team that hasn't won a freaking game all season long. What in the freaking wild world of sports is going on here?
Yeah, I thought about you, Jeff, when I was watching it. They kept showing the highlights of the Oakland game, and Oakland was taking the lead every single time. Oakland would score, then the Chargers would score, then here comes Oakland. I thought Jeff is having a meltdown.
I was having
Oh, my gosh.
Nicholas, you have no idea. No idea how much of a meltdown I was having on the show yesterday, in my studio yesterday. No freaking clue, dude. It was unbelievable. I thought I was going to wear the batteries out last night going back and forth to those freaking two games.
Wow, I didn't get to watch much of that Charger game, but I saw the highlights, and that was an entertaining game. I didn't really think Oakland would show up, but Tony Sperano, he apparently his pep talk worked when he buried a football. Whatever he buried.
Whatever he buried.
They're playing like a new team.
Yeah, I was just I couldn't believe it. I'm saying to myself, you got to be kidding. Chargers, why are you playing down to the level of the Oakland Raiders? You should be wiping them up. Okay, wiping them up. And you're losing? What the hell is going on? The Chargers lost half their freaking defense yesterday in the game. It was that's how my day ended. And for the second half of the games, and then I had to watch that freaking debacle last night. That freaking unbelievable. I was talking to the guys while we were playing the music and before we came on the air. I told the guys, I didn't make it past the freaking first quarter of the game last night. I turned it off. I'm not watching this crap.
You might be doing more of that, too, without Victor Cruz. He's gone for the year.
How sad is that?
That was pretty rough to watch. I'm not a Giants fan, but that was pretty rough to watch. I did see that, and it didn't look like anything happened when he went up. At first I thought, man, he was just disappointed he didn't catch the ball, but, man, he was staying down, and you could tell he was injured after when they finally got a close-up of him.
In the chat
but
room,
that was rough.
In the chat room, the comments coming in at Jeff yelling at the air, LMAO, and Raider fans were throwing eggs at the Charger fans.
Yes, the Raider fans were
Charger bus.
They do that every year to them.
Poor Raiders.
But the Raiders lost, so they could do whatever the hell they want to them. I don't care. I don't give a flying fig Newton. So there's only only 3 teams in the league that are 5-1 right now, right? Only 3 teams.
Yeah, I believe so. I got to take a look.
No, I'm looking at it. It's the Cowboys, it's the Eagles, and guess what? It's the Chargers. Those are the only 3 teams that are sitting at 5-1 right now.
I am surprised about the Cowboys. I didn't really think they could win that game in Seattle, but, man, they showed they're a different team this year. It really surprised me.
Okay.
Browning goes, poor Jeffy, LOL.
Yeah, but no, it's kind of, okay, listen. Sean, let's start with last night's game.
All right, yes, I was gonna bring that up as the first topic of the day. Last night, the New York Giants had a chance to go in there and win against Philadelphia, where Jeff could finally say I could get even with AA, but the same old result. The Eagles shut out the Giants 27-0.
Man, they laid an egg, didn't they? They laid a beast egg, didn't they? A beast of an egg last night. I said this when we were waiting to come on the air. I said it to the boys on commercial, and I'll say it on the air. I'm not afraid to say it. Listen, I call a spade a spade. I say it how it is. Giants suck. The Giants looked the worst they've ever looked last night with Eli on that team, and it's only going to get worse. How about that?
They have the Cowboys next weekend.
Yeah, I know. How freaking awesome is that? In Cowboy, right?
In Dallas.
In Dallas next weekend. On that note, we got to get to our first commercial break. When we come back, talk more about this Sunday night blowout by Philadelphia.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Showman, Nicholas Spiva with us, otherwise known as Nicholas Turturro. Hey, Nicholas, really quick. I just finished watching a couple of episodes of Blue Blood, and I'll tell you one thing, man. You had a lot of good scenes in the last 2 episodes I just watched.
Did you like those?
Yeah.
Like those scenes? Took me a while to get them down,
Yeah,
but
they were
you
pretty
know
good.
what? I'm pretty proud of those.
Yeah, they were
I do pretty good. I wish they put me in more of the newer shows, but what can you do?
Well, hey, you moved up in the ranks. You're a boss in the newer shows.
Yeah, I am.
So
you know what?
hey.
I had to pay somebody to do that for me,
Yeah,
but
well, there you go. Hey, Gary.
it's not bad.
Hey, Gary. Listen, I know you're going to listen to this show later. I know you can't show up here at Sports World Radio because your team is worse than mine. You're busting my chops on Facebook saying that at least my team scored 20 points. Hey, douchebag, you got 1 win this season. Your team is worse than mine. So just sit there and shut up, you little piece of crap.
Well, he says, P.S. Tell him he can't chat all the expletive he wants about my Redskins. How many points did they score?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, douchebag. And I'll tell you why. Because you got 1 freaking win. You're 1-5. The Giants are 3-3. Okay? They're higher than you. They got a better record than you. So you just sit there and shut up. And of course, your team loses again yesterday, and you're still not here. Holy freaking cow. Now, back to that Giant game. I'm kind of glad that they lost. Now I get to shave my freaking face. Oh, thank God. Kind of liking that, you know? I really wanted them to lose so I could shave my face. I really wanted them to lose.
I haven't shaved in probably 10 years. I use a trimmer. I forgot what it's like to shave.
I'm going to buzz the living crap out of it. I look like Grizzly Adams. Hey,
and
I'm looking at the...
says, hey, Jeff, he knows better than to bet me. LOL, good one, Nicholas. But I tell you what, and then Josh says Philadelphia ain't any better when it comes to bandwagon. And then Double A goes, I'm so nice. I'm going to pick New York this week against them Cowboys.
Oh, I'm picking New York this week against some freaking Cowboys, too. But before we get there, hey, I'm looking at Eli Manning's quarterback rating from yesterday's game. Right? 76.5. You know what Nick Foles was?
Not much better.
Not much better is right. 79. Okay? That was the worst freaking game I've seen the Giants play since Eli Manning's been on that team.
Tom Coughlin says, quote, it was a huge loss. Go ahead, Nick.
No, I was just going to ask Jeff, are you looking at ESPN.com for your stats?
No, I'm not.
Oh, well, they have 2 quarterback ratings. I was wondering what the difference was. They have a QBR, and then they have rating.
Well, what's Manning's QBR?
QBR Manning's was 8.9, and Foles was 73. But the ratings, so we talked about the ratings are the same, but I don't know what a QBR is. I was wondering. That's something ESPN thought up or something.
Yeah, that's something that ESPN thought up. Exactly right. So I don't know if you go by what ESPN thought up or if you go by what
they actually have both of them. I go by the rating, the normal rating.
Yeah, the quarterback rating, like the 76.5 Eli's crappy quarterback rating, right?
I'll get back to the game. Gary just messaged me and he says on Facebook, what records? Who cares? They scored expletive, and each week we get injury after injury.
Hey, Gary, guess what?
Soon and Cousins can watch a real quarterback not throw 3 interceptions.
Eli Manning didn't throw 3 interceptions in the game yesterday. What freaking game are you watching? You're just talking out your ass, you moron. Shows how much you don't know about football. Guess what, Gary? Your team is 1-5. My team is 3-3. In my world and the real world that everybody else lives in, except you, Giants have a better record than you. So just sit there and shut up.
And the Cowboys have a better record than both of y'all. So you're still a big fight for the last place.
Well, I don't think they're going to fight for last place. And you want to know something? Dallas is going to be pissed off when they lose to the Giants Sunday.
I hope that doesn't happen. Man, that would be horrible.
That would be horrible. I wanted the game's in Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Game is in Big D.
I want to see how many Giants show up in that freaking stadium.
There'll probably be a few. Probably not as many as Houston and San Francisco, but I bet there's several.
I want to see how many freaking Giant fans show up in that stadium.
Hopefully Cowboy fans are starting to see the light maybe and start showing up.
They don't want to pay the money.
But, you know, Troy Aikman came out in the preseason and said Dallas fans go to games to be seen. It's more of a social event. And he said that was the case back in the 90s when even they were winning championships. So you can see it, look at it that way, that they really don't care, and they're selling their tickets to the highest bidder. I see that. I wish they had more diehard fans like Kansas City fans and Seattle fans.
Oh, look who's in the house. What's up, Wes?
Wes is here.
Hey, Wes, your Pittsburgh freaking Steelers are just as bad as my New York Giants. How in the world do you lose to Cleveland?
31-10. That wasn't even close.
I'm glad I picked Cleveland to win that game.
All right, the next game we get to after that disastrous Sunday night game for the Giants, their arch rivals, the Cowboys, go into Seattle and win the game. And Skippy Bayless says that the Cowboys are the face of the NFL.
Oh, my God. Hey, Skippy Bayless, the Cowboys aren't the only 5-1 team in the NFL, you freaking moron. How can they be the face of the NFL?
Well, they are America's team after all.
Oh, come on. Don't give me none of that crap.
Yeah.
Tony
America's team.
Romo.
Let me ask
was
you a
21
question.
of 32, 250 yards, 2 touchdown passes, no interceptions.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Who's a better quarterback, Romo or Phillip Rivers?
Phillip Rivers.
And they got the same record, so why is Skippy saying that?
I don't know.
Is Philip Rivers that much better, you think?
I think so. I'm
Or has he had
going
a
to
better
prove my
supporting
point.
cast throughout his career than Romo?
Well, I'm going to prove my point to you right now. Romo's been in the league 10 years, right? He's got one playoff win, correct?
Yeah, but you can't the Romo.
Well,
They've had a crappy team.
Doesn't matter.
San Diego's had a better team.
Doesn't matter. Facts are facts, correct?
Well, you can't. It's not a quarterback can't win the game. You put Philip Rivers behind Dallas's line the last 10 years, he didn't have the numbers he's going to have. I guarantee it. Romo's been running for his life. He hadn't had a running back, hadn't had a line. I mean, he's done well, but shoot, in the defense has been horrible since Romo's been there. To blame it all on Tony Romo, you can't blame blame every single failure on the Cowboys on Tony Romo.
Skippy Bayless said that the Giants showed everybody that they are no longer a viable threat in the NFC.
I don't care what he says anyway.
And then he said this.
Skip Bayless is an idiot.
Yes, he is an idiot. And
Skippy
I wonder
Bayless
what's
said-
going to happen when the Giants beat Dallas next week. What is he going to say then? My Giants kicked the crap out of my Cowboys?
Yeah. Oh, he'll switch. He's an idiot. He's kind of like he's just there to talk, just to stir crap up.
What was Romo's quarterback rating?
Romo's quarterback
I think at
rating.
110.
Nick, you got that? Okay. On the sixth snap of the game, Tony Romo took a blow in his ribs, and
That
I
was a
thought
great
too,
shot.
Nick, that he was going to be out of the game, but he held it in, and you saw a very happy Jason Garrett after the game. He goes, "quote The guy's going to back down." Dallas coach Jason Garrett said, "You have the right kind of guys on this team." And all this talk about how great the Cowboys are, we'll see. Remember, they
110.
better not. We all know the history of the last 3 years, and we know that Dallas can't be backing down now and saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to do really well." If they want to really go out there and do it, they got to make sure that they're confident that they can win.
110.2 quarterback rating for Romo and a 47.6 for Russell Wilson. Ugh.
Cowboys brought the pressure on Wilson. He was having to run all day, throwing a run.
Yeah, well,
they got to him.
but
it
he
surprised
can.
me the defense played as well as they did.
Yeah, but he can throw on the run. What really got them is time of possession. Cowboys had it for over 37 minutes, and Seattle only had it for a little over 22.
That's how San Diego beat them.
Yes, that's
San
how you
Diego had
beat
the
them.
ball for over 40 minutes.
Right, that's how you beat Seattle.
Jeff, Nick, as I mentioned on Saturday's NFL Real Talk, the biggest way that any team can beat Seattle is if you keep the crowd noise down, and the Cowboys did that when they had to. One big receiver for the Cowboys wide open, and Romo avoided a sack, drove him down the field, and DeMarco Murray had a big game, Nick, for the Dallas Cowboys in a game they wanted to show people, hey, we can be for real. We can go out there, we can do this, we can do that, and be a real threat in the NFC. But, here it is October. They're 5-1. Everybody's saying, oh, they're rolling and stuff too. We'll see what happens, Nick, when the month of December comes. We know that can they keep this up and can they hold off Philadelphia, the Giants? We know the Redskins are gone. They're finished.
Hey, everybody in the chat room's talking about our right now. There was a lot of movement around in the Pick'em League. Schmedley, you moved all the way up into second place.
Wow.
I had a great week, and there was only one game that I lost, that Seattle-Dallas game. Then there was another game that ended in a stalemate.
Yes, yeah, though we'll get to that game. Schmedley moved all the way up into second. Adrian's still in first. Schmedley's 2 points behind Adrian. Encyclopedia Man is in third place at 57 points, 3 points behind Adrian. Double A moved all the way up to fourth.
The next topic in the next game we get to. Hey,
Sean, hold on. Ebo moved all the way up to fifth. I stayed in eighth. Frank moved down to seventh. He dropped. And Dez Dispenser, which is you, Nick, right?
Yep, that's me.
You moved to 10th. You're 1 point behind me and Renegade now. And Mr. GF6 Show, you moved down to 12th. Oops. You're going backwards, buddy. Going the wrong way. So just a little quick update for everybody. All right, what's the next game, Sean?
All right, the next game we get to.
Go to the Pittsburgh game.
That's where I'm going to. Hey, Wes, this is just those Pittsburgh Steelers. They even said don't even bother showing up after what we saw yesterday, losing 31-10 to the Browns. Wow.
How many of us picked the Browns on Saturday night?
I did. I picked Cleveland.
I did too.
And Wes says Todd Haley is an offensive coordinator.
Oh, you don't like Todd Haley. A couple of weeks ago, he was a genius. Now, a moron, huh?
I've never been a fan of Todd Haley, even since the Cowboys. You know, he got a big old fight with Terrell Owens.
Hey, even when he was the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, that was a debacle.
Yeah, he's not very good. I don't know why they kept him around. It's a job.
He said after a decade, that's what he says about the Steelers and the Browns game. Never. 3 years. That's what he's already saying.
How do you let the scores 21 points in the second quarter, 21 unanswered points in the second quarter? In fact, Cleveland scores 24 unanswered points.
Hey, didn't they do that the first game in the second half?
Way to
come back?
go, Pittsburgh.
And somehow Pittsburgh won, but Cleveland was still played them well in the first game.
Way to go, Pittsburgh.
Wes, I have to tell you, the Pittsburgh Steelers, we go to second commercial break, they do not look good there, buddy. You might as well start focusing on the Penguins because I'll tell you,
they're in last
you barely
place.
got past Jacksonville, and you play real sloppy against Cleveland.
They're in
And they
last
lost
place.
to Tampa Bay.
They're in last place, Pittsburgh. Last stinking place.
And Wes goes, well, look, we have to have a play-action pass one time.
You're in last place, so you got no place to go but up. Holy freaking moly. Hey, Roethlisberger's freaking quarterback rating is 64.4. Woo! Hey, you want to know something? Frank, the big wind, who will be here tomorrow in the second hour of the show, is absolutely right. Absolutely right. And hang on to the thought. We're going to run to our second commercial break. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Showman and Nicholas Spiva on
Sports World Radio.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta? Can you come back tomorrow? Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. I'm cracking the boys up. I'm telling jokes while we're at commercial break. And I'm sitting here. I'm okay. I'm cracking jokes on the expense of the Pittsburgh freaking Steelers. And you, Wes, in particular, your Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Todd Haley, I know you want him gone and all that, but Todd Haley has absolutely nothing to do with the defense. And Brian stinking Hoyer, Frank was absolutely right. Johnny Manziel is making Brian Hoyer a household name. Brian Hoyer, he was 8 for 17. 8 completions out of 17 attempts. But his 8 completions, 217 yards. Way to go, Pittsburgh defense. Way to go.
As we were getting in the commercial break, Nick, you have a good point. Pittsburgh is old. They need to go figure out something. And you wonder if Mike Tomlin is his job is on the line. He says, here's what Wes says. Hoyer blows. It's insane.
Yeah, blows is insane. Yeah, he blows so good his quarterback rating was 113 compared to Roethlisberger's, who's a 64.4. Yeah, he blows.
And he averaged almost 13 yards of completion.
Almost.
So they get a first down every time he throws the ball.
And he only made 8 completions and threw for 217 yards. That don't sound like Brian Hoyer blows. That sounds like your freaking defense blows to me.
And I have to say that, as I mentioned in the chat room, Cleveland was due for revenge because they remember when they played week 1 in Pittsburgh, the Steelers blew a 21-point lead against Cleveland, and then the Steelers were able to escape 30-27 on a late second field goal in the fourth quarter.
Not going to happen. Not going to happen in Cleveland that time.
Not in the dog
No way. No way. And Ben Tate, 25 rushes for 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. Your defense stinks.
Wes comes up. He goes, look, gentlemen, we have kids all over and major injuries. We dominated them for a decade.
Hey, Wes, it sounds like an excuse. And you know what I think of excuses, right? They're like assholes. Everybody's got one.
And they stink.
That's right. And they stink. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm so glad I picked Cleveland.
I picked Cleveland because Pittsburgh's got problems. They were barely able to
Yeah, you know what their problem is? It's called being old. It's called being old. They got to make the youth movement, and they better do it soon. Otherwise, Mr. West is going to be rooting for the freaking Pittsburgh Penguins, and that's about it.
Wes, this has been a pretty rough month for you, hasn't it, buddy? You had the Pittsburgh Pirates get knocked out in the play-in game. Didn't even make the playoffs, and the Steelers are having some trouble there, buddy.
Hey,
we get to watch the Steelers next Monday night against Houston.
Hey, guys. Hey, guys, really quick. My friend Arlene, who I'm going to be spending the week with when I go back to New York, she's listening to the show. What's up, Peckerhead? Just had to do that. Sorry. Just had to do that.
You know what? It could get – oh, sorry, Sean. I was going to say it could get worse for Pittsburgh. Their next 3 games are Houston, Indianapolis, and Baltimore.
Yeah, it's going to get very, very tough for them. And, Wes, the Steelers will be out of playoff contention. They can put the Steeler gear away.
Steelers are done. Steelers are freaking done. Just like, you want to know something? The Steelers are just as bad as the New York Giants. So don't even go there with me, okay, Wes? Don't even go there with me. They got the same record. They're both 3-3, so you just sit there. You know what's going to happen, Wes? You and me are going to be sitting there watching 2 other teams playing in the Super Bowl this year. Watch. I'm just saying. Hey, Wes, at least I could be honest about it. I'm not. No.
So what you're saying is you, Wes, and the Steelers and Giants will be watching somebody else in the Super Bowl.
Correct. I'll probably be watching the Chargers and the Cowboys play.
Don't jinx me now. Don't jinx the Cowboys.
And you want to know something? As long as it's not Baltimore, I'm okay with that.
Are you guys ready for the next game?
Yeah. Hold on one second, Sean. And I'm also okay with Chargers and Cowboys in the Super Bowl. And this way I can freaking watch the Chargers get their Super Bowl and tell freaking Skip Bayless that, look, Skippy, they still can't win a freaking Super Bowl with Tony Romo on their team.
Josh goes and he says, quarterbacks is not the only start that matters, Jeff. What does quarterbacks have to do with TDs and yards? The quarterback ratings doesn't matter.
What do the quarterbacks have to do with TDs and yards?
Yeah, that's what Josh said.
That sounds like something Skip Bayless would say.
That
Am I right about that? Nicholas?
That's what he said in the chat room.
Nicholas, am I right about that? That's something that Skippy would say. What?
Quarterback ratings. That's what.
What did he say again? What does the quarterback in yards have to do with it?
That's what he said.
Is that what he
Quarterback's
says?
not the only start matters, Jeff. What does quarterback ratings have to do with TDs and yards?
With
It
TD,
actually calculates into it.
what does quarterback
You calculate
rating?
completions?
What does a quarterback rating have to do with TD and yards?
Yes.
That's how they determine the quarterback rating. That's some of the factors, you freaking Skippy.
I found. Hey, I thinking of you the other day, Jeff. I found a quarterback rating. You can calculate anybody's quarterback rating with this website. You put in passes attempted, passes completed, yards gained, touchdowns, and interceptions.
Well,
all that factors into a quarterback rating. And if you want to get really technical, it's got the formula to the right-hand side and tell you how much each thing weighs into actually predicting a quarterback rating.
Well,
so
then there you
it
go.
has a lot to do with it.
Well, then there you go, Wes. We just proved you wrong, just like we prove Skip wrong all the time. And you want to know, Skippy happened to be right this one time, and he's just going to eat it up for a whole week. You know that, right?
That's all he does. He's just a windbag, hot air. I wrote him off. Listen to when he was with the writing for the Dallas.
I know why you don't like him. I know why you don't like him, because he's from Oklahoma.
You know what? To get off base here a second, his brother is like a well-renowned chef.
Yeah, I know you said that. You got to get him on the show, and his brother doesn't like him, right?
I don't know about that, but it's totally two opposite people.
Yeah,
his brother. It seems like I've seen interviews with him. Totally opposite guy.
Yeah, from what I understand,
like a nice. And I'm sure Skip Bayless maybe nice. Maybe this may be a persona. Like Deion Sanders was prime time. I don't know that with Skip Bayless, but his brother seems totally opposite in the public eye. What I've seen of him. But yeah, he's been all over the world he's got 2 restaurants in New York City, I believe.
Really?
Just total opposite of Skip Bayless.
Well, from what I understand, they're not. They don't like each other.
Really, I hadn't heard that. I wouldn't be surprised. 'Cause, like I said, they seem. If you've seen his brother, in interviews, and he comes to Oklahoma quite a bit. It's just totally opposite people. It seems to me, anyway.
I'd like to get his brother on the show so we can rip Skip Bayless together.
I'm ready for the next game here, gentlemen.
Are you ready? Are we done bashing Pittsburgh?
Oh, it's kind of fun to bash Pittsburgh in the Giants.
Well,
hey, hold on one second, Sean. You know what? You must be really happy this week, Nick, because we can't bash freaking Cowboys because they won. You must be really happy this week.
Oh,
yes,
Gary!
It's the first time in about 10 years.
I know.
Gary, what is this on my Facebook? You put Redskins duct tape on my wall.
See, he's up. He's in London right now. He's up, but he can't come to the room. He's got to do that Facebook. He's got no balls. No balls.
I'm ready to talk about the next game, Cardinals and the Redskins. Hey, Gary, if you're listening, how does 1-5 feel for the Washington?
Yeah, you got a great quarterback there, buddy.
Oh, to the Cardinals.
You got a great quarterback there, buddy.
And he said Cousins, Gary did one time, is the future for the Redskins. Well, when you're 24 of 38, 354 yards, Jeff and Nick, 2 touchdown passes, and Cousins had 3 interceptions for the Washington Redskins.
Way to go, Cousins. Yeah, that's your quarterback of the future right there. Way to go, Gary. Shows just how much you don't know about football.
I will take that for him. I have read several articles with like USA Today saying that a lot of scouts say Kirk Cousins is better than Robert Griffin. Now they're anonymous, so they're not going to put a name to it. But anonymous scouts have said Kirk Cousins looks to be a better prospect than Robert Griffin.
Yeah, well, you know what? Looks are deceiving.
But I'm not a fan of either one of them, and I'm glad they're on the Redskins so they can just keep stinking.
I don't. Pretty much they're done. I mean, what are they? 1-5?
They're 1-5, and I haven't heard very much of hail to the Redskins. And Josh goes, keep shutting off, and then that's what Double A says. Josh goes, Redskins are the expletive factor of the NFL. And then Gary, you don't hear a peep from him. Gary's just, he's listening on his phone, but he knows
he's on Facebook. He's on Facebook. sending stuff via Facebook because he doesn't have the balls to come in the chat room and do it because his team sucks and he knows it.
He tags me on my wall. Redskins duct
Look at this.
tape.
Look at this. I got it too. What the hell is this crap? Redskins duct tape. You need more than duct tape to hold that freaking team together. That team is terrible right now.
God.
And you want to know something? Coach Gruden better figure it out quick, otherwise he ain't going to be there long either.
And you know something else? Opposite of that, the Arizona Cardinals look like a team that's for real. 4-1 overall. At home. They got some good talent there. And Nick, what do you think of them before we go to the commercial update?
They look pretty good. And you know what? I was listening to, watched the Red Zone yesterday, and somebody said they've done it with 3 different quarterbacks. Keep rolling with 3 different quarterbacks. Even though they lost last week, they've had 3 quarterbacks play, and they're still 4-1.
Yes,
4-1 overall right now.
That's pretty good. And it looks like Carson Palmer's getting healthy. He saw some nerve specialist or something, and he looked pretty good yesterday.
That NFC West, Arizona's 4-1, Seattle's 3-2, San Francisco's 3-2, and St. Louis is 1-3. Arizona's on the top of that division. Who would have thunk that?
I sure wouldn't. That's crazy.
Me neither. Hey, we're going to run to our first update of the day. This update is brought to you by shirtshopper.net. We're talking football. Head on over to shirtshopper.net and get your team's T-shirt today. All you got to do is take your cursor, put it over the sports tab, drop-down box will come, pick your league, pick your team, pick your T-shirt from shirtshopper.net today. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
All right, Jeff, welcome everybody to Sports World Radio, the first update on this Monday, October 13th, 2014, 46 minutes after the hour. Tonight's Game 3 between the Baltimore Orioles and Kansas City Royals ALCS has been postponed. That game will be played tomorrow night at 8:07 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time on TBS. Tomorrow night will be Game 3 of the National League Championship Series, and that game can be seen on Fox Sports 1 between the St. Louis Cardinals at the San Francisco Giants. This series is evened up at 1 game apiece as the Cardinals on a Colton Wong solo home run and a walk-off for the Cardinals tied the series up. In the NBA, preseason action to get to. There are 5 games tonight. It'll be the Magic at the Hornets, Raptors at the Knicks, Nuggets at the Bulls, Suns at the Rockets, and the Clippers taking on the Jazz. In the National Hockey League, on this Columbus Day, for some people who have the day off, they always play like a matinee game up in Boston and up in New York State. First, we start in Boston. The Avalanche prevail against the Bruins by a score of 2-1. Mighty Ducks over the Sabres, 5-1. 2 other games. It'll be the Canadiens at the Lightning and the Senators at the Panthers. That's your update for Sports World Radio on Sunday, the 13th of October. Update was brought to you by shirtshopper.net. When we come back from the commercial break, more talk on the NFL games from Week 6. Be right back.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to the Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskel, Sean Mann, and Nicholas Spiva joining us in the first hour of the show each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com, 6 o'clock p.m. on the East, 3 o'clock p.m. on the West. And if you live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
There you go. All right, Sean, where are we going next? Hey,
All right,
Gary.
the next game that we get to.
Hey, Gary, hold on. Hey, Gary, you're an idiot. Okay, go ahead.
Next game we get to, the game at MetLife Stadium yesterday. The Denver Broncos took on the New York Jets yesterday. The Broncos prevailed by a score of 31-17. Peyton Manning, 22 of 33, 237 yards, 3 touchdown passes, no interceptions for Geno Smith. And, hey, Gary, the Jets are 1-5, just like the Redskins.
Yeah, that's your old
23
team.
and 43.
That's your old,
92 TD passes, 1 interception.
That's your old team. It's a good thing you're not rooting for them no more.
You jumped ship right in time.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Damn right he jumped shit right in time. That's how he rolls.
Broncos, though, they play. It was a tough game for them. They off. John Fox even said that he said, hey, look, no matter what the Jets' record is, they're going to still be tough to beat at MetLife Stadium. They made a game. Manning, you knew he was going to be on yesterday.
No, they're not. No, they're not. He's just saying that to say that because he's got nothing else to say.
Coach speak.
Yeah, it's exactly what that was. No, they're not.
Nick, your thoughts on the game yesterday between the Broncos and the Jets?
Well, it's closer than I thought it was going to be.
I didn't think the Jets were going to score at all.
I didn't think they'd score 17 points. I really thought that it would be probably like a 35-7 or something.
Yeah.
But you know what? The Broncos struggled a little bit the first half. Even the second half, they only scored 2 touchdowns in the second half. I really thought Peyton Manning and that offense would do a lot better than what they did.
But the result was totally different compared to the last time that the Broncos played up at MetLife Stadium when they got pounded 43-8 in the Super Bowl against Seattle. This time it was Denver prevailing and winning at MetLife, but not in the Super Bowl. It was against the Jets.
Hey, I like that.
How about Demarius Thomas? 2 weeks in a row, he's looking pretty good. I think he finally woke up, and if he does that and they have the other players, they'll be a tough team to beat.
They got really 2 bad quarterbacks on that team, Geno Smith and Michael Vick. If they were smart, they'd trade for Johnny Manziel.
Here's the reports coming out of New York, Jeff and Nick. NFL Network reported yesterday that Rex Ryan and the Jets general manager will not be fired right now.
No, not till the end of the season, like we said many times before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and if Frank was here, Frank would say, "Oh, he should be fired right now." No,
they won't do
Woody
that.
Johnson will not do that. The Jets owner will not, because he wants to assess where the team will be after this year is over, which will not be very good.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to do it with an interim head coach. He'd just rather let the head coach finish the season out and see what happens.
Yeah. Nick, what do you think about the news coming out of New York about that?
It makes sense. I mean, I've never been a fan of firing a coach anyway during a mid-season. I mean, you're already going nowhere. I mean, sometimes it might work, but for the most part, it really doesn't do anything. You're just changing coaches midstream, and you're still going to be a terrible team.
Well, here's what Josh says. Geno Smith is horrible. When I see Geno Smith play, I think Johnny Manziel will be as bad as Geno Smith or worse. LOL.
I've never been a fan of Geno Smith, and I really couldn't believe he went that high in the draft. What was he, a top 10 pick?
Yeah, I think so.
That was pretty surprising to me.
The question is, with how bad things are for the Jets, and if they want to get back and maybe be a wild card team, is it time to say Michael Vick?
No, come on, that's going backwards, man. That's going backwards. What the hell, man? Michael Vick's there just to back up. You can't. No, you need to. You know what you need to do? It's got to be Geno Smith, or you got to get a better quarterback in there. Trade for a quarterback because there's not really many good quarterbacks coming in the draft this year, is there?
No.
Jameis Winston's stock keeps falling. He's Florida State's looking at him for conduct for that rape case.
Yeah, he's going to be
now
done
he's
in Florida.
been linked
you
to
know
signing autographs, the same place Todd Gurley signed autographs for. Man, that guy can't stay out of trouble.
He's going to be done in Florida. You know that.
And he's going to end today it said his draft stock's falling. So if he doesn't make good decisions off the field, why are you going to bring him in? Nobody's going to spend a first-round pick on a guy who's constantly getting arrested and causing trouble for people.
Correct.
Another game yesterday that ended in a tie, which I absolutely hate for the NFL.
Holy freaking moly. I hate that.
37-37. Jeff, Nick, let me be honest. It stinks to have to play a game that ends in overtime in a tie. Play until somebody wins the game. I just was like, I hate this.
Hey, I thought, you know what? Obviously, it's not true what Herm Edwards says. You play to win the game.
That's right, and they should be doing that. They should play till somebody, like Herm Edwards says, wins the game.
Right.
So if you need to play another overtime, play another 15-minute overtime.
Obviously
if you want to
they
make
don't.
it fun, Roger Goodell.
Obviously, they don't play to win the game. They play to tie in overtime.
Yeah, I don't like these ties. I mean, figure it out.
And
you don't need to have ties this day and age in the NFL.
Is this the second one this year?
It's no,
I
it's
believe it's the first one, isn't it, Nick?
yeah, first one, but you've had 3 years in a row now of ties.
We didn't have one earlier in the season, like the first or second week?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Well, I was talking with Josh about this yesterday. I said, Josh, I have been so sick of this rule about games ending in a tie. Now, with college football, I don't care about it, but I like their overtime rules. They play till somebody wins the game. Do it for the NFL.
You think they need to adopt the rule for the college rule? Put the ball on the 25-yard line and alternates?
No. What you do is you play
Another
extra
quarter.
overtimes till somebody wins. You do the coin toss, and then you kick the game-winning field goal. They should do something like that, not take it at the 25-yard line.
Right.
No, I mean, like the college rule, right?
Yeah, screw that college rule. That's stupid.
You don't
play
like
another
it?
quarter. No, play another quarter.
Cam Newton yesterday, 29 of 46, 284 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and 1 interception. How about this? The NFL changed the overtime rules to avoid having games end on a field goal by the receiving team. Minnesota and Green Bay finished 26-all the past season under the new format last year.
You just freaking keep playing. It's just a regular quarter.
Roger Goodell. I liked it the way it used to be, where the team that scores first wins.
I don't like
sometimes
that.
never like the overtime rules
I don't
because
like
then
that.
it's like, oh yeah, now we got to give both teams.
You know what? I don't like that. You know what they should do? Just play another quarter. Play another 15 minutes. Play a whole quarter. Whether the team who gets the ball first, whether they score or not, the other team gets the ball. You play the whole entire quarter. The last 2 minutes is like the end of the half or the end of the game. 2-minute one. Oh, play it just like it's the fourth quarter again. That's all.
I'm with you, Sean. I like the sudden death. First team to score wins.
That's bullshit.
I like it.
Just play a whole freaking other quarter like they do in the NBA.
They'll never go for that when they're trying to do player safety. Throw that on us, but yet they'll play Thursday night games. They get these guys 2 days to get
heal.
ready.
Right, that's ridiculous.
It's
Play another quarter.
so ridiculous.
Play a whole other quarter.
Andy Dalton was 33 of 43, 323 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and 2 interceptions as the game ends in a tie, and that really stinks because I didn't pick up a point, and I know all of us probably did pick Cincinnati on the pick'em against Carolina.
Yeah, play another freaking quarter, just like it's the fourth quarter all over again.
How about Cincinnati? They didn't get a field goal kicker in there. Good grief! What was it, a 30-yard field goal to win the game with no time left in overtime?
Yeah.
And he misses?
Yeah.
Jeez, get rid of him.
Yeah, how crazy is that? His quarterback rating, Andy Dalton, was a 93.5, and Cam Newton's was an 85.8.
I was shocked that it even went into overtime. I thought Cincinnati, with how great they've been at home and how tough they've been, going back to last year, Jeff and Nick, they would just roll right over the Panthers.
Now
and you're right, Nick, there's a kicking problem for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Now Cincinnati's only up a half a game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, a half a game instead of a whole game now, That kind of stinks.
Yeah, plus ties make, like you said, make the standings difficult for everybody to comprehend, and just get rid of them.
Right.
Let's go.
Exactly.
Get with the
Ted
times,
Nugent.
NFL.
Ted Nugent, the Bengals kicker, was ready to kick it, but he sliced it wide right, Nick, yesterday.
Who? Ted Nugent?
Yep. Nugent. Mike Nugent, the Bengals kicker.
Yeah, that's. Don't say Ted Nugent. Ted
He was
Nugent's.
probably singing out there or something.
Yeah.
I had to rephrase it.
That's Ted Nugent's kid. Screwed the whole thing up.
Dadgummit.
Way to go, Ted Nugent. Thanks, Josh. Mike Nugent.
Mike Nugent.
Mike
Anyway,
Nugent.
that's the commercial break right now.
Yeah, let's run to our top of the hour commercial break. Hey, Nicholas, thank you so much for hanging out with us in the first hour today, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. And I got one thing to say to you.
Yeah.
How about them Cowboys?
Oh, God. Oh, my God. We'll be right back, guys. You're listening to Jeff Escott Show, man, and Nicholas Spiva on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escott, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday on SportsWorldRadio.com at 6 o'clock on the East, 3 o'clock on the West, and if you live in the Central?
If you happen to live it in the Central, figure it out for yourself.
Yeah, if you just happen to.
Yeah.
You know.
Next game, Jeff. Here we go. We are already at the second hour of Sports World Radio. Adrian, you must have slept like a baby yesterday. The Baltimore Ravens over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 48-17. This game was over when it was 38-0 Ravens.
Yeah, that was what did he throw? 5 touchdowns in 15 minutes, something like that.
Joe Flacco had a very good football game, Jeff. 21-29, 306 yards, 5 touchdown passes, no interceptions.
He had a good game.
Glennon for the Buccaneers was 24 of 44, 314 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and 1 interception. As the loss drops the Buccaneers to 1-5 and 0-3 at home, and the Ravens, of course, moved to 4-2 overall and 2-1 away. The Ravens played very, very well in this game, Jeff. They needed it because they know the AFC North right now looks like, it's looking pretty different. Steelers are in last place, and you kind of got a battle right now with Baltimore and the two Ohio teams.
Yeah, it's getting to be a fun division. Cincinnati's up in first. Baltimore's right behind them, a half game out. Then it's Cleveland, and then it's freaking Pittsburgh. Yee. I love that. I think that's great.
Another team, if we get to the next game, that went to 4-2, that would be the Detroit Lions. They had a nice, easy game against the Minnesota Vikings, 17-3. Matthew Stafford, 19 of 33, 185 yards, 1 touchdown pass, and no interceptions. Teddy Bridgewater for the Vikings was 23 of 37, 188 yards, no touchdown passes, and 3 interceptions.
They didn't score a field goal in the fourth quarter. Stafford's quarterback rating, 83.5. Teddy Bridgewater's a 41.3. Jeez Louise. 3 interceptions in that game for Teddy.
Josh says, they're done, Sean. This is with the Jets. Get the
they
copyright information papers signed, sealed, and delivered. This season's over. Back up the truck and turn MetLife Stadium into a parking lot. And then he said, first one, I know, and then he said, go Bears. And then his last comment, Jeff, Vikings suck. I'm never picking them again.
That's your own fault for picking them the first time.
They just look really bad, the Vikings do. They don't have their quarterback problem's been a disaster for them. The Lions are in a battle right now with the Bears and with the Packers. My question to the Detroit Lions and even Lion fans, can they keep this up? Because remember, Schwartz got fired after last year when everybody thought Detroit would have a chance to sneak into the playoffs and win the NFC North. That's the big question. Can they keep it up? You don't think they can?
No, I don't think they can. Just my opinion. I don't think they can.
Yeah, you look at the way the whole schedule's gone for Detroit. The Monday night opener, September 8th, they beat the Giants 35-14. Lost against Carolina 24-7.
Which was ridiculous.
At home against the Packers 19-7. Then they went to MetLife Stadium and beat the Jets 24-17. So they beat 2 out of 3 for the New York teams because you had Buffalo in that list too, and they lost on a late second field goal, and then they roll right into Minneapolis yesterday and beat the Vikings.
I know. I don't know how they did lose to Buffalo. I don't know how that happens.
So next weekend, the Lions will head to actually host the New Orleans Saints a week from yesterday.
Wow.
And then at Atlanta. So we'll see if they can keep that up. A very tight NFC North division.
No way. I don't think so. But we'll see. You're right. We'll see.
We shall indeed. So that's what's on as far as the Lions and the Vikings goes. Another game that went right down to the wire yesterday. We moved from a blowout to a close one. Hey, Josh and Jeff, how about the Green Bay Packers? Picked this one too over the Miami Dolphins, 27-24.
I was watching that game. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. That was the morning game. I saw the end of that morning game. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
The Dolphins, who have had high expectations from what Josh was predicting from the AFC East standings, are now 2-3. And the Packers, after having bad performances against Seattle and Detroit, have now won 3 straight. They are 4-2 overall, and Aaron Rodgers with the game touchdown for the Green Bay Packers. You go to 24. He was 24 of 42. Rodgers was 264 yards, 3 touchdown passes, and no interceptions in a wild game down in Miami.
Yeah, I saw the tail end of it, and I was like, what the heck's going on here? He's playing with them? Why?
Josh goes, Miami almost had it. It was a stupid coach decision, cost them the game.
Yeah, ratings, Aaron Rodgers, 99.7, Tannehill, 83.3. Tannehill played pretty good except for those 2 interceptions.
2 picks and a bad coach's decision cost them the game.
Yeah, except for those 2 picks. Otherwise, they would have been fine.
The next game we get to, Jeff, the Tennessee Titans barely pulled out against the Jacksonville Jaguars is the Jags, who lost a heartbreaking game against Pittsburgh, a close one. They lost by 17-9. Go into Tennessee, and the losing ways continue. They dropped to 0-6 overall. They lose to the Titans, who need a big win yesterday, and got it.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to be a close game. They're starting to find their rhythm.
Bortles, who is the quarterback for Jacksonville, was 32 of 46. And you're right, they do find their rhythm for Tennessee. 32 of 46, 336 yards, 1 touchdown pass, 1 interception. Whitehurst was 17 of 28, 233 yards, no touchdown passes, and no interceptions, as the Tennessee Titans were able to hold off Jacksonville by a score of 16-14.
Borders 88.7, Whitehurst 87.4 quarterback rating. So not bad. Not too bad.
Jacksonville even had a chance yesterday to pull out the game 17-16, but the Titans blocked the field goal that would have given the Jaguars a 1-point lead.
I was paying attention to that game and hoping that Jacksonville wouldn't win that game.
There will be only one time, Jeff, and you and I know which week that'll be, when we have to pick Jacksonville.
Yeah, and that's going to be the beginning of the losing streak for Dallas. Yes, it is. Could be the beginning of the losing streak for Dallas.
One of the late games yesterday, Jeff, was a nail-biter tower. The San Diego Chargers rolled into Oakland, played a game that was close and very contested. The Chargers were able to escape 31-28 against the Raiders.
I can't believe that game was that close. I was disgusted by that, man. I was going bananas yesterday in the second half of both of those games. I was going freaking crazy, flipping back and forth. I think I got caught from flipping back and forth so much. It was just nuts.
Josh goes, I was surprised the Chargers defense played that bad. I was too. I'm like going, oh, it's just been a rough day.
They played down the freaking Raiders. That's what happened.
And played in the black hole.
They played down to the Raiders. That's exactly what happened. Phillip Rivers' quarterback rating is a 123.8, and Derek Carr's was a 107.7. And Carr looked really good yesterday. I was surprised. He looked really good yesterday. Derek Carr had touchdowns. Phillip Rivers had 3.
And Phillip Rivers is trying to make sure that he's not turning into like an interception machine, as the Chargers move to 5-1 overall. And even though they have played, like you said, Josh, against teams that are below 500, they got 2 big tests coming up. I won't rule out the Chiefs still, because I still say the Chiefs could be a tough team to beat, even though they're 2-3. Chargers have them next weekend. But I just can't wait for October 23rd, that Thursday night game, and we go over it, and we'll just see how the Chargers look at Denver. And I do believe, in my opinion, I'm saying it right now, the Chargers can go into Denver and beat Peyton Manning and the Broncos. Yes, they did it last year on a Thursday night, and they almost could have pulled it out in that playoff game. So San Diego knows very well they can beat Denver. If I was the Broncos, I would be more concerned. Now, well, the Chiefs are pretty much done, but I am starting to be more concerned about the Chargers. Maybe it's becoming a new rivalry between the Chargers and the Broncos.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. Well, the Chargers consider it a rivalry, and Charger fans consider it a rivalry. So, yeah, it's good. Next 2 weeks, they had a division game this week. They got a division game next week and a division game the week after.
Another game yesterday. Gary One Arm in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Another game that went final yesterday.
About
Tom
time,
Brady
you
and the
pansy. It's about time you're in here, you freaking pansy.
Giants, how many points to score yesterday?
Doesn't
LOL,
matter.
We got 20 more.
It doesn't matter how many points you scored. You still freaking lost, and the records to the Washington Redskins is 1-5 compared to the freaking Giants at a 3-3. Your team is in last place in the division. My team is not. So sit there and shut up.
Another game That went finally yesterday. The New England Patriots over the Buffalo Bills. Ever since the Brady-Belichick era, the Patriots have always just found ways to easily take care of the Buffalo Bills. They are 26-3 in the last 29 meetings against the Buffalo Bills. Tom Brady returned to the Brady of touchdown passes, no interceptions, 27 of 37. He threw for 361 yards yesterday. Kyle Orton was 24 of 38. Spitting his tongue, 299, 2 TD passes, and 1 interception.
And believe it or not, New England's only one game up on Buffalo in the division. How about that, Sean? Believe it or not, they're only one game up. Brady's quarterback rating 139.6. Kyle Orton's 94.1.
Double A goes, and LOL. And then Gary hits you with this. He goes, "You won't be 3-3 next week if them gay Cowboys beat you."
Yeah, well, you know what? You want to know something, Gary? You're not going to be 1-5 next week either. You're going to be 1-6.
No, we have to run the commercial break. And matching has just started between Jeff and Gary. Actually, it's been starting on Facebook and now on the show.
It's about time you came over, wussy. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Showman on
Sports World Radio.
Bastard.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Be fire safe during the holidays. Only use decorations that are non-flammable or flame retardant. Check holiday lights each year for frayed wires or excessive wear. And do not link more than 3 strands. Never leave a burning candle unattended. Consider using battery-operated flameless candles which look and smell like real candles. If your celebration includes a natural tree, keep it away from any heat source or exit. Water your tree daily to keep it from becoming dry. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov. This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday on SportsWorldRadio.com. Hey, Gary, you know something? You're an idiot. First of all, your team is in last place in the division. You got 1 win. You're looking up at everybody else. I'm looking down at you. You're an idiot. It doesn't matter if we didn't score any points this week. Guess what? We're still better than you. We got 2 more wins than you. You're an idiot. Oh, and Gary, in our Pick'em League, the objective of our Pick'em League is to win more games than you lose. This week, you lost more games than you won. You're an idiot.
LOL, takes one to know one. That's what Gary says.
You're an
Proves
idiot.
we stronger.
You're an idiot. You just prove every day how much of an idiot you really are. You really do. You just prove every day how much of an NFL idiot you really are. You lost more games this week than you won, jackass. That's not the objective in the league. You're supposed to win more games than you lose. You're an idiot.
And the final game we get to from week number 6 NFL, even though we got Monday Night Football tonight, the Bears and the Falcons. Josh and Frank, congratulations. The Bears bounced back, and they beat the Falcons 27-13.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to happen.
I know Frank's probably kicking himself hard because he would have picked the Bears, but he was speaking honestly on NFL Real Talk on Saturday.
Frank lost more games than he won, too. Another idiot.
The Bears, Jay Cutler, the starting quarterback, 26 of 38, 381 yards, 1 touchdown pass, no interceptions. Matt Ryan was 19 of 37, 271 yards, 1 touchdown pass, and 1 interception. So the Falcons lose at home for the first time this season.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked. I picked the Falcons.
I went with the Bears because I thought they were going to have a chance to bounce back and have a chance to pull out the game. So congrats to the Bears. They needed that game after what was a tough loss the previous week at Carolina.
You know why I'm laughing?
What?
I'm over at our football pick'em group, and I'm looking at the group picks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gary lost 8 games. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only won 4. You're an idiot.
And that comes from a guy who's a Washington Redskins fan.
I'm just saying. You know how many games I lost, Gary? 3. 3 games. You're an idiot.
Facebook, Gary I said, hey, Gary, I haven't seen you play Ale to the Redskins. And Gary goes, I'm looking for a remix version.
You can't play, hey, Gary, you can't play it until they win. So don't even play it at all.
Redskins.
In fact, Gary, you keep playing it and they'll keep losing. What an idiot you are. For somebody who claims to be a Redskins fan, you don't know their traditions at all, do you? You're an idiot. And I mean that in the kindest way.
You watch more, I go, and eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
You're an idiot. And I mean that in the kindest way, Gary. Okay, I have to rephrase you're an idiot. You're a football idiot. Okay, because you're a bright man. You're very smart, and I know that about you. But you're a football idiot. That's how I'm going to call you. You're a football idiot. That's what you are. That's what you are. You're a football idiot who's a Redskins fan who lives in London. Now, how the hell that happened, I have no clue.
He says, I'm here, dumbass. Have you seen me play it? No.
Oh, well, you can't play it. You only got one freaking arm. I know you're a very smart guy. I know that about you. I've been friends with you for a long time. But you're a football idiot. I'm just saying. He kind of, look at that. He goes, I kind of like that. Football idiot has a ring to it. He likes it. Yeah, you are. You're a football. Gary, you're a football idiot, whereas Skippy is just an idiot. You see the difference?
That's the next topic we get to.
Yeah, I figured you two, you and Josh, you two are conspiring against me just to push my buttons because you said you had something planned for me. Bring it, you idiot. Come on. Come on, piss me off again there, Mr. Sean and Josh. The producer of the show and the co-host are conspiring against me just to make me mad and make the show really good. So bring it. Bring it, boy. Come on.
All right, the next topic we get to, Skippy Bayless came out with some more quotes today as we go to the Skippy Bayless hour. He said,
I'm sure he did.
He said, so much for the irrelevant quarterback rating. Ha, ha, ha. Romo still outplay Wilson.
Romo's rating was better. You know, he is a moron because if he looks at the quarterback rating, Romo's quarterback rating is better than Wilson's. What is he talking about?
Oh, gosh.
He just, with that statement, he just proved how much of an idiot he really is. Next.
Skippy Bayless said, my Kansas City Royals will rise and conquer the baseball world.
I'm going to smack you in your head because all season long, hey, Skip, how come you haven't been calling them my Kansas City Royals all season long? Huh? Answer me that one, Dick Tracy. Huh? You haven't. The only reason why you're calling them my Kansas City Royals is because they're in the division, the AL Division Champion or whatever, the Championship Series.
The American League
Championship
Series against
Thank
Baltimore.
you, Sean.
Game rained out.
Thank you,
Skippy
Sean.
Bayless.
The only reason why you're calling them my is because they're in there. If they weren't in there, you'd be calling somebody else my. If it was some other team in Baltimore, you'd be calling Baltimore my. You are an idiot. Next.
Skippy Bayless said, my Boston Red Sox will rebound in 2015 and John Farrell won't lose his job.
I'm sure you love that statement.
Let
me ask you a question.
I like the statement, but I think it's wrong of him to say my, because here he is flip-flopping again.
Let me ask you a question. Do
What?
you like him as having him as a Red Sox fan?
No, he's annoying.
Do you agree with his statement that he said?
I can agree with the statement and say they'll rebound, be back next year.
Okay,
but I
you
can't
don't
focus on next year until we get past the playoff baseball.
Okay, you don't agree with how he said it, right?
I don't agree with how he said it.
But you agree with what he said, but not how he said it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. See, I'll take that. That's fair. So in that case, he's a half of an idiot.
Skippy Bayless said that Jason Garrett is better than Tom Coughlin.
Oh, my God. Hey, Skip, I have one question for you. How many Super Bowl wins does Tom Coughlin have compared to Jason Garrett as a head coach?
He would answer and say he has 2. But look at this year; it's a different year with Jason Garrett knowing how to play better.
How many Super Bowl wins does Tom Coughlin have as a head coach? 2. How many does Jason Garrett have as a head coach?
He would say 0.
He has to say 0 because of the truth. So with that fact, how do you say that Jason Garrett is a better head coach than Tom Coughlin? I'm just saying, huh?
He would probably say, well, focus on the present there, Jeff, because look what he also said. Skippy Bayless says that the Dallas Cowboys is an instant contender for the Super Bowl in Arizona.
There's 2 other teams that are 5-1, and one of them happens to be in your division. What happens if you lose to that team twice? What are you going to say then?
He'll come up with another excuse. That's the typical Skip Bayless.
Hey, Skip, everybody's got excuses, okay? They're like assholes. Everybody's got one, buddy.
But he's the master of excuses.
Unstinking believable. Next.
Skippy Bayless said that Tony Romo reminded him of Tom Brady.
Reminded him of Tom Brady.
Yep.
That's a joke.
Skippy Bayless said that the truth is, hey, Jeff, the Cowboys just kicked the Seahawks' butts in Seattle. That's how legit these Cowboys are.
Well, I got nothing to say to that one. He happens to be right about that.
Skippy Bayless said that my Cleveland Cavaliers will break the Bulls' 72-10 record for the
That I don't agree with.
1995-1996 NBA basketball season.
That I don't agree with because, first of all, they ain't your freaking Cleveland Cavaliers. And second of all, they're not as good as that team, and then it's not going to happen.
Get set for the big one. Skippy Bayless said that my Cleveland Cavaliers will take on his San Antonio Spurs in the next 5 NBA Finals.
Hey, Skippy, I'll take that bet. And you know what the bet is? If the Cleveland Cavaliers and the San Antonio Spurs don't meet in the next 5 years, I want you to shave your head. And do your show with a shaved head.
Skippy Bayless said his Cleveland Cavaliers will be the next major franchise in sports that will make the NBA more mainstream again.
Oh, my God. My this, my that, my this, my that. I thought you were supposed to be an objective reporter. My this and my that's not being an objective reporter, is it?
No.
Unstinking believable. He is so bad at his job. My this, my that. My team's going to do this. My Cowboys are going to do that. My San Antonio Spurs are going to play by my Cleveland.
Blah, 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 blah.
How about dickhead?
We got to run to our second and final update.
With that being said, this update is brought to you by Keurig-CoffeeMachines.com. You need coffee? You need a new coffee machine? You want try out some new tea? You need a drawer to put all that stuff in? Head on over to Keurig-CoffeeMachines.com. Brewing perfection, one cup at a time. That's Keurig-CoffeeMachines.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the final update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. Welcome, everybody, to Sports World Radio on this Monday, October 13th, 2014, 7:31 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 4:31 p.m. Pacific Time. Monday Night Football on ESPN will feature the San Francisco 49ers at the St. Louis Rams. And that will conclude week number 6 of the NFL, with week number 7 starting on Thursday night, which will be the New York Jets taking on the New England Patriots. In Major League Baseball, here's the recap of what we've already know. From the American League Championship Series, the Kansas City Royals are feeling very good about themselves, and why not? They have a 2-0 lead against the powerful Baltimore Orioles, with Game 3, which was scheduled for tonight, but will be postponed because of rain, will be played tomorrow night at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. The game time for tomorrow will be 8:07 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time on TBS. In the National League Championship Series, here's how that whole series has gone. The Giants, of course, took Game 1, 3-0 on a shutout. They had a chance last night to go up 2-0. That didn't happen. And the St. Louis Cardinals were able to win Game 2 and even up the series up at 1 game apiece, with Games 3, 4, and 5 in San Francisco, California. In the National Hockey League, there was 4 games. 2 of them are already complete and finished. The Colorado Avalanche over the Buffalo was 2-1. The Avalanche got a goal with 0.3 seconds left in the third period to prevail, 2-1. The Avalanche and the Sabres, actually the Mighty Ducks and the Sabres, 5-1 Mighty Ducks over Sabres. Montreal Canadiens at the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Ottawa Senators at the Florida Panthers. That's your final update for Sports World Radio. This update was brought to you by Keurig-CoffeeMachines.com. Be right back after the commercial break.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Hey Gary, you got to bash people because you can't deal with your Washington Redskins in last place, so you got to bash the teams that are above you. You're an idiot. Hey, that's pretty good sportsmanship, isn't it? Way to go, you freaking idiot.
Well, Gary just left. He goes, I'm off, okay, to finish Intruders before 49ers play.
Yeah, you're an idiot. How's it feel to be looking up at everybody else, Gary, huh? How's it feel to be looking up, knowing that you're in the cellar? You're an idiot. I could play too, right, Gary, and I could play a lot harder. Remember, I got a microphone. You don't.
Skippy Bayless, back to the segment, said, so much for that irrelevant quarterback rating. Ha, ha, ha. Romo still outplayed Russell Wilson.
Yeah, you said that already.
And then he said, my Los Angeles Kings won't repeat as Stanley Cup champions.
Does he own any of these teams he's saying that?
No, he doesn't.
Does he buy an actual ticket to go watch these games? Or does he sit in the press box? Because if he sits in the press box to watch these games, they ain't your freaking teams, you douchebag.
My this and my that.
I hate that. I can't stand that. I hate that with a passion. With a freaking passion. And then
him saying Jason Garrett's a better coach than Tom Coughlin. Jeez. And then him saying, Skippy Bayless saying that Blatt will be a very good NBA coach this season.
No, he won't. I don't know what games he's watching. I don't know what he's watching, and I don't know who he's paying attention to, but he is really an idiot. He really is.
Skippy Bayless, another quote. He said that Tony Romo made Roger Staubach look like a rookie quarterback.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now you've gone too far, Skip. You cannot put Tony Romo in the same sentence as Roger Staubach. Roger Staubach was 16 million times better than Tony Romo.
He was the Heisman Trophy quarterback winner from 1963 when he played, at Navy. And then he, of course, won 2 Super Bowls. And him saying that Romo is better than Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman.
Just shows you how much of an idiot you really, truly are. That's the most moronic statement. A legend, a legend. And you're going to say that Tony Romo, who's won 1 freaking playoff game in 10 years, is better than Roger Staubach? You are an idiot.
You probably would come on here and he probably would say, well, I know my sports. I know this and I know that.
You're wrong. You are wrong. Obviously, you don't know your sports because that statement right there proves that you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Skippy Bayless said that Floyd Mayweather reminds him of Eli Manning ducks and hide from competition.
That's right. I agree with him because Floyd Mayweather is ducking and hiding from freaking Manny Pacquiao. He's afraid to fight Pacquiao.
Skippy Bayless said this, Tony Romo is the greatest quarterback that never won a Super Bowl.
No. Dan Marino's the greatest quarterback who's never won a Super Bowl, you jackass. Unbelievable. Unstinkunbelievable. Dan Marino's the greatest quarterback in the NFL who has not won a Super Bowl.
And he's won playoff games more than Tony Romo.
That's a stupid statement, Bud. Skippy. Stupid statement again from you. Next.
That's let's see. So anyway, Skip Bayless has probably been sticking it in everybody's faces today, probably saying, you know what? I'm proud and happy. My Dallas Cowboys. Here's what he also said. Skippy Bayless said the Cowboys is the greatest organization in professional sports history.
You're an idiot. You are really an idiot. And you want to know something? I'm going to prove my point to you right now. And who helped them get that way? Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman. You are an idiot, aren't you? You are an idiot, aren't you? Who helped them to get to be America's team? Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman. And if you're going to tell me that Tony Romo is better than both of them, you are the true idiot.
Skippy Bayless said Roger Goodell is the best NFL commissioner.
Oh, my God. So I guess you agree with Roger Goodell and only giving a 2-game suspension to Ray Rice for smacking his wife. Huh?
And Stephen A. Smith got suspended a week for his comments, and he doesn't even get suspended.
Unbelievable. Just shows you how much of a true idiot you are, because if you said that on this show, I would come right after you and I'd say, oh, so you condone abusers. So you think it was all right for Ray Rice to hit his wife then, huh? How do you allow the commissioner to be judge, executioner, and jury? You don't. You don't allow that. That's wrong. And he should never do that. He's got too much power. You're an idiot.
Skippy Bayless just came out and said that Bud Selig leaving baseball will kill baseball.
Why do you make these? Why do you make these stupid statements?
Now I know the countdown's beginning. Jeff knows I can't wait to get to New York. Why, ladies and gentlemen? Because I'll just beg ESPN to have me come on and take Skip Bayless
ESPN, please invite me to come on your show against Skip Bayless so I can prove to ESPN how much of an idiot you really are, and how much of an idiot that ESPN is employing. Somebody's got to put this douchebag in his place. Because they're not going to let ESPN do it, so somebody's got to do it. I dare you, ESPN. You don't have the guts or the balls, and neither does Skippy, to face me on radio or TV. You don't have the balls.
Skippy Bayless said that the New York Knicks will not win a championship with Phil Jackson in charge.
You're an idiot. Not this year they won't. Maybe not next year they won't, but maybe the year after that. You're an idiot. You really say stupid things, do you? Don't you?
Yep.
Why did you just say right now that the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to win the next 10 NBA championships? Why don't you just say that? I mean, you're sucking LeBron James' dick anyway, so why don't you just say that? Why did you just say that the Cowboys are going to win the next 10 Super Bowls? You're sucking Jerry Jones' dick, so why don't you just say it? I mean, you say stupid things anyway, why don't you just say that? Huh? You got no meaning behind anything you say. You can't back it up with facts. You're going to tell me that Tony Romo is a better quarterback than Troy Aikman and Roger Staubach. Show me the facts. Give me the facts. Prove it to me. Show me the facts. You know why you can't? Because you can't show me the facts.
Skippy Bayless said that Jordan made the Knicks look like jokes in the 1990s, just like LeBron is doing right now.
Hey, Skip, we're living in the 2010s, dude. It's 2014. I'm not living in 1990. Basketball back in the 1990s was played different than it is today. It's not the same game. I'm not living back there. I'm living in today, and you should too. Stop living in the past, Skip, and live in the future and the present, you moron. Unstinking believable. You know? I mean, he's living in the past.
Lives in the past, says my this and my that.
I don't get it, Skip. I'm living in the year 2014. What freaking year you live in? Because it's obviously you're still stuck in the 80s and the 90s to me.
Skippy Bayless said that Jason Garrett is a better head coach than Bill Parcells.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
Moron! How many Super Bowls does Jason Garrett have as a head coach? 0. How many does Bill Parcells have?
2.
Well, that's 2 more than freaking Jason Garrett, ain't it?
And it just so happens it was with the New York Giants.
I know. It's 2 more than Jason Garrett had. And if I remember correctly, Jason Garrett was the backup quarterback for those 2 for Dallas, correct?
Correct.
On you, Skippy. You are a moron. You know that? You really are. How do you say that? How do you say that? How many playoff wins does Jason Garrett has as a head coach? None.
And he's only won 1 playoff game, and that was 34-14 against the Eagles.
Jason Garrett was the head coach?
Jason Garrett was the head coach on that team that
Are you sure
Tony
he was the
Romo
head
was
coach? You sure he was the head coach of that team?
Yes.
Or did he come in the year after that?
Nope, he was the head coach of that team.
So he's got 1 playoff win just like Romo?
Yeah.
You are a moron, Skippy.
Skippy
Really?
Bayless said that Jason Garrett makes Bill Parcells look like an offensive coordinator.
You are. You want to know something, Skip? Jason Garrett is an offensive coordinator, you schmuck. He just happens to be the head coach also. You're an idiot. You are such a freaking idiot.
On
How
that
do you
note, we
have
got to
a-
run to our final commercial.
How do you have a
break.
job?
It's
You have a freaking job with statements like that, you jackass. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Sports World Radio.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio, final segment of the 2-hour sports journey we've just been taking you guys on. Sean Mann, Jeff Esk, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports every single Monday through Friday on SportsWorldRadio.com, 6 o'clock p.m. on the East, 3 o'clock p.m. on the West. And if you happen to live in the Central,
If you happen to live in the Central, figure it out for yourself.
and if you live in the Mountain, it's only 1 hour difference from the Pacific, so you can figure that out for yourself too. Okay, Sean, what do you got?
All right, during the whole commercial break, we were talking about Skippy Bayless talking about how big he is with his predictions and he thinks he knows everything.
He doesn't. I'm ready to go on the show and take him on. Because as soon as he says my team, I'm going to stop him right there. I'm going to say, hold on one second, Skip. I need to ask you a question. So the Cleveland Cavaliers are your team. Do you own them?
He'll say no.
Do you go to their games?
He'll say no.
So how are they your team? Well, I'm a fan of them. Yes, you're a fan, but they're not yours. You don't own them. You don't go to their games. And if you do go to the games, you probably sit in the press box, so you don't pay to get in, so therefore they're not your team. So please, stop putting the word my in front of the teams that you're talking about because they're not yours. I just shut them down right there on the spot. Right there, and then we'd have to go to the first commercial break. Because then they would pull me off the TV and say, you can't do this, you're making him look bad. Well, I'm not making him look bad. He's making himself look bad. I'm just calling him out on it because nobody here else at ESPN has the balls to do it.
And then they'll say, yeah, then you'll get suspended. They would say, yeah, we'll kick
Great,
you off
suspend
and maybe
me.
you'll learn your lesson.
Good, kick me off, suspend me. I don't fucking work for you, you douchebags. I don't care. I don't care. I'm ready to take, because once I make a fool out of him, they won't be able to put him on their airwaves no more. Because I'll prove to him that he's lying about everything he says. So they won't be able to put him on his airwaves. He'll lose his job. That's why they're not going to do it. Because I'm going to prove Skip Bayless to be wrong. And they don't want that on their radio show or their airwaves. So they won't do that. And I know they won't do that. And I know ESPN, I know you're freaking listening. Bring it on, bitches.
And then another thing is that we debate with Skip Bayless, and you're ready to take him on. Skip Bayless will then goes, all right, Mr. Escow, I'll take you and Sean on, and I'll kick your show off the air, and then I'll get more listeners to listen to me.
You know what? Try and kick me off the air, dude. Mention my show every freaking day on your airwaves. Go ahead. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to end up with listeners because the people that hate you are going to know I'm bashing you, and they're going to be with me. So go ahead, mention my show. All you got to do is mention it twice in a week, and I'll have more listeners listening to me than you freaking think. More people supporting me than you, doofus. Unstinking believable, dude. I just don't get it. I don't, man. I just don't freaking get it.
I don't get it either.
I don't get it. So there's no baseball tonight at all. No sports on tonight. There's nothing on. What are you supposed to do? Huh?
NFL, there's Monday night
there's
football.
a Monday night
Tonight's game is
football
the 49ers taking on the Rams.
That's not a game. It's not an NFL. It's a high school game.
Pretty much. And I know that the 49ers look very good.
I'm not going to watch
game.
that
Picking them
game.
tonight.
I'm not going to watch that game. Why would I bother watching that? If the 49ers don't win by more than 20 points, there's a problem with the 49ers. It's not a football game. It's like a college team, playing a high school team. It's not a game. It's a debacle. I'm not watching that. I got other things I got to do. Watch that game. Waste my time. It's ridiculous. Even though I picked San Francisco to win.
It won't be much of a game. That's why even in my pick, we did NFL Real Talk, predicted that the 49ers would beat.
I bet you they have crap
20-10.
I bet you they have crap ratings for this game.
I'm not going to watch it either.
No,
I
I'm
really
not
wanted to
watching
watch the baseball game.
Me
but
too. That's what I wanted to watch, the baseball game, and I was planning on watching the baseball game. No, I'm not watching no football game. I'll go cook dinner during the football game. That's what we're having steak and potatoes for dinner tonight. So yeah, we're on a roll here.
But tomorrow it'll be jam-packed, and they'll be ready to go with MLB
we got
playoffs.
Frank. We got Frank Sprankle joining us in the second hour tomorrow of the show. The Big Wind will be here. We'll talk about the game tonight, tomorrow, and we'll talk about the upcoming 2 baseball games that are on tomorrow now, right?
That's right, 2 baseball games, and that's kind of the next topic we get to now since we're all through the NFL.
What are they
going to
do tomorrow?
Skippy Bayless. Kansas City Royals, what a story they have been.
Sean?
The entire postseason, have not lost a game. They have won 6 straight postseason games. The play-in game against the Oakland A's, then they swept the best team in baseball, the Angels, and now they've won the first 2 games against
Sean,
the Baltimore Orioles.
What are they doing tomorrow with both games? How are they scheduling it?
How are they scheduling it?
That's what I
will
said,
take a look.
yes. How are they scheduling both games tomorrow now?
I'll take a look.
That's what I want to know, because now they got 2 games on tomorrow instead of 1. Oh, they would have both games on tomorrow anyway.
The first game is on Fox Sports 1.
Which is
4:07 p.m. Eastern Time, 1:07 p.m. Pacific Time.
Who is it?
St. Louis, San Francisco.
Thank you. So 1 o'clock in the afternoon, California time, in the middle of the week, while the kids are at school. Way to go, baseball. Go ahead.
And then the second game, 8:07 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time, Baltimore at Kansas City.
They should have done it the other way. You know that, right? They should have put the Kansas City game on in the afternoon in the sunshine in case it was bad weather. You know?
It's a joke.
So now they're going to have games Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 2 games each, right?
Right.
If Kansas City doesn't sweep, because the Cardinals and Giants series is tied 1-1, right?
Series between St. Louis and San Francisco tied at 1.
So that's tied at 1-1. So that series is going at least 5, 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at least 5 or 6 now. So, but we don't know what's going on with the Baltimore Royals, with the Baltimore and the Royals series, because Royals are up 2-0, and they could actually sweep and be done by Wednesday.
That's what I'm thinking. That's my opinion, Jeff. I think with the Royals, all the momentum that they've got, I'm saying that they're going to take the next 2 games and sweep them. They've just got all the confidence. Their defense has been sensational. Their pitching has been unbelievable, and they've gotten the big hits when they need them in the later innings. Like, it's amazing with the Royals, because it seems like it's always been extra inning games and that's what it's about in the postseason. When games go extras, it depends on who's going to get the big hit, and it's also the battle of the bullpens, who can outpitch who to win the games. I've noticed with the Kansas City Royals, and I know they are going absolutely nuts down there. And Jeff, that possibility of a Kansas City-St. Louis World Series that you're predicting, very close to happening. And as a matter of fact, real quickly, the Chiefs and the Rams do play in a few weeks. Imagine what it'll be like when
Where's that game at?
Kansas City.
Where's that game at? Kansas City?
In Arrowhead Stadium.
That game. So the St. Louis Rams are going to go to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. And how great would it be if the same day the St. Louis Cardinals are playing the Kansas City Royals? How great would that be for Kansas City? You have a doubleheader that day. You get to see the Rams and the Chiefs and the Cardinals and the Royals. All St. Louis teams in one day. How about that? That'd be pretty cool. See, I wish I'd lived in Kansas City for that.
That would be October 26th when the Chiefs host the Rams. And you're very close to getting that wish.
October 26th. That's a Sunday, right?
Right.
So we could actually have the World Series on that day, right?
Right.
So let's get that going. That would be sweet. I would love to see that. St. Louis Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs playing in Kansas City on October 26th in the day game, and then at night the Kansas City Royals play the St. Louis Cardinals in the World Series. That would be freaking awesome. A 1 o'clock game for the Chiefs, right? 7:05 game or 6:05 game or 5:05, whatever the hell it is. 6:05, I think it is, right? On the Central Time, because it would make it 8:05. Yeah, 6:05 East Central Time, right?
Right. It would be the
6:05 Central Time would be the St. Louis Cardinals and the Royals in the World Series. I'd like that. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that on October 26th. That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool. I just saw that. I got to mention that on the show.
That'd be awesome. Hey, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today. Again, I want to thank Nicholas Spiver for joining us in the first hour. We had a blast. We had a lot of fun today. Lots and lots to get to for today. We got through it all. We'll be back again tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel. Until then, my friends, for Sean Mann, I'm Jeff Escow. Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the unthinkable is unforgettable. See you later. Adios, amigos. Peace out, bitches.
Bye.
Hey, boys, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, kid. So long, kids. Come on, Sneepy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over.